I'm back on the main strip here in Koh Rong. All is good. Heading back to Jess with a little bit more money so we can actually spend a couple more days here, if not a week maybe. Super stoked about it. All good. We're going back. We're gonna meet up with our friends.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I'm just gonna say this one thing before I go into bongs. I understand that Koh Rong is very cliquey. If you're a vlogger and you have your camera in your face, you know, like I am right now, people kind of do whatever they feel like they need to do. I just walked by people that are obviously from Koh Rong. They were yelling things like nerd because I had a camera in my face, and following my passion. If I have a camera in my face and I'm vlogging, I'm doing what I want to do. It doesn't make any sense to put people down because they have a camera in their face and they're trying to vlog and having fun. Really unstoked about who I just walked by, but I'm gonna hold my head up high and I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing because I love it.
So I was gonna try and explain it before, but I was pretty revved up and pretty angry about it. The one thing that I don't like about Koh Rong, and I don't want this to be a hate on little episode here, but the locals are just so amazing, and the expats that live here really have this self-entitlement that because they've moved here, they just feel like they can start this clique that's very much alienates people that come and hang out and try and take on that really friendly kind of island vibe that should be really prominent throughout the island, but it's not. There were some really cool Westerners that were working behind the bars that we met that helped us out a lot with our passports and so on and so forth, visa extensions. But I felt like there was a lot of, pardon my French, but heads that really kind of took the life out of a lot of situations. Me just walking down the path and them yelling out nerd in this kind of like mob mentality where there was, you know, 6 or 7 of them and they were all sitting there and they were trying to sell boat tickets. And I walked by them and they waited and waited and waited until I was pretty much just inside of earshot.
We're gonna meet up with our friends.
They basically just yelled like nerd, like as loud as they could. Now, most people are like, yeah, just get over it, dude. Like, you know, but the fact that they're living here on the island and that I recognize them each and every day, that they just absolutely really left a sour taste in my mouth, and they can go ahead and say, well, just leave the island then because we don't need you here. But realistically, they're the ones that should leave the island because it's so beautiful here, and like I said, the locals are so great. So it takes the life and fun out of the whole island vibe and the party. So bullying comes in many forms, and you know, especially the mob mentality. I gave them the finger and I turned around and walked back to the restaurant we were in, but I sat there and thought about it, and I'm like, you know, they should know how I feel because maybe they'll do it to somebody that would affect them harder than it affected me, you know? So I went back and I confronted all of them, and pretty abruptly. First they were caught off guard, I think, and it got to the point where it was pretty heated, and especially the girl, like the girl was one of the people who actually started the whole thing, and I was like, I bet you if the 6 guys behind you weren't here, you wouldn't have done that. And they're like, oh yeah, she would have. So it was this mob mentality where they just ganged up. But by the end of it, I gave them a handshake and I said, you know, just think about what you're doing. Think about the reputation of A, yourself, B, the island, and then C, the reputation of Westerners. It's not fun being a part of that. So anyways, there's my epic rant. I'll show you obviously the guy and the place. It's called Ankounamatata.
Biggest on the island right there.
If you don't like bullying, come to the island and don't go there. I mean, that would be the only thing I could say. Those guys don't deserve business. Absolutely not. They deserve to get put in their place, like I said, but I'm not a violent person, so. And again, it's not the right time or place to do that. A lot of the viewers are like, buddy, they're calling you names, like get over it. I really wanted to capture things that I felt that needed to be shared on this trip and on this channel. This was one of them. It's just another form of bullying and I won't put up with it.